So here we go. Capitalism, Article 8, the final installment. Capitalism 3.0, building a system for the world we actually live in. By now, I hope it's clear, a free market system, despite its flaws, is not only the most effective engine for progress, but also the strongest safeguard for the values of a free and open society. My hope is that all concerns can be directed toward rebooting, not replacing capitalism. When outcomes disappoint, it's human to look for someone to blame. The rules, the ref, the other players. We've all done it. But what if we redirected that energy and maintained an athletic posture? What if we came together as a team to make capitalism better? As my friend Daniel Tierney, founder of Wicklow Capital and one of the sharpest thinkers I know on economic systems, puts it, Capitalism 3.0 isn't a revolution. It's a thoughtful upgrade designed for the world that moves faster, grows more complex, and rewards resilience over mere efficiency. We are not on the same planet anymore. Capitalism 2.0, the system we've all inherited, was built for the industrial age. It thrived when progress was linear and predictable. More factories, more workers, more output. But that world is gone. As Daniel points out, and as I mentioned in the opening article of this series, quote, it's as if we moved to a new planet. The industrial age rewarded one set of behaviors. Today's digital age demands another, end of quote. This new planet is defined by two realities mainly. One, exponential change. Technology now compounds at a lightning speed. Innovations build on each other faster than ever, creating feedback loops of disruption and opportunity. And two, extreme complexity. Global systems are more interconnected and more fragile than ever before. The old top-down solutions can't keep up. Decentralization isn't just a buzzword, it's a survival strategy. Capitalism 3.0 must be designed for this new terrain, agile, resilient, and rooted in long-term thinking. The question isn't whether capitalism can still work. The question is, can we adapt it fast enough? To make this shift more tangible, I share a chart in the article you can look at later, which compares the three different phases of capitalism. So Capitalism 3.0 isn't just an upgrade, it's a necessary redesign for a world that moves faster, connects more deeply, and demands smarter coordination. Of course, markets don't evolve in isolation. As I explored earlier in the series, we also need a smarter public sector. It must build the field, update the rules, and keep pace with a more decentralized economy. Why the future belongs to the patient. But infrastructure and rules only matter if we agree on the kind of game we're playing. And to me, the real shift we need is one of mindset, from short-term wins to long-term vision. I remember vividly when we launched Chipotle's sustainability initiatives. At first, investors were skeptical. They questioned the immediate costs. But we stayed the course, we led with integrity, prioritized long-term value, and eventually the brand flourished. Chipotle became a market leader, and shareholders who stayed committed were rewarded. This experience reinforced a core belief. Genuine prosperity emerges from patience, not from chasing quarterly gains. This is the trap of short-termism. Short-term capitalism isn't just myopic, it's destructive. When companies prioritize quarterly earnings above all else, they stop investing in people, innovation, and the planet. They play defense, they lose trust. As Jamie Dimon, chairman and CEO of JP Morgan Chase, puts it, quote, Quarterly earnings guidance often leads to an unhealthy focus on short-term profits at the expense of long-term strategy, growth, and sustainability. End of quote. I saw it firsthand at McDonald's. In my early years, shareholder holdings period averaged 7 years. Today, they're closer to 3 months. That kind of churn makes it nearly impossible to lead with vision. If you're only in it for the sprint, why train for the marathon? The cost of misaligned incentive. And this isn't just a business problem. We've seen the cost of short-term thinking in society as well. After Hurricane Katrina, the federal government committed more than $140 billion. That was more than the Marshall Plan spent to help Europe recover after World War II. For a brief moment, there was a chance to reimagine the city as a model of resilience and renewal. Instead, the money scattered into bureaucracy and quick fixes. Ribbon cuttings gave the appearance of progress, but the deeper work of building a durable middle class, resilient infrastructure, and inclusive growth never happened. Nearly 20 years later, New Orleans is smaller, poorer, and more unequal than before the storm. 1 of 3 black children lives in poverty, and for black children, the rate is nearly half. Entire neighborhoods never reopen schools, libraries, or hospitals. Streets still flood in routine storms. What could have been a triumph of long-term vision became a $140 billion warning of what happens when abundant resources are squandered by short-termism and misaligned incentives. We need a system that rewards patience. Capitalism 3.0 must realign incentives, reward patience and strategic foresight. That means ideas like a sliding scale for capital gains taxes, with much lower rates for investments held over 10 years and much higher rates for those held under 12 months. As an example, executive compensation tied to sustainable performance, not short-term stock bumps. Prioritizing industries that create long-term value, healthcare, education, infrastructure, climate tech, etc. Yes, we always like a new app adding instant gratification to our seemingly insatiable appetite for ever more convenience. But I really think we should tilt our incentive scales towards sustainable societal progress. We want to attract our smartest and hardest working generation towards solving our biggest problems. The world's wealthiest individuals didn't get there by flipping assets. They got there by holding on to them, oftentimes for many decades. To check my own bias, I recently analyzed the average holding period among the world's 25 wealthiest people. Do you know what it is? 51 years. That's not about chasing returns. That's about staying in the game because you believe in what you're building. Markets respond to what we choose. This is where we come in. Capitalism is shaped by our behavior as consumers, investors, entrepreneurs, and voters. It's fundamentally a positive-sum system where voluntary exchanges create mutual benefit. It's not about winners and losers. It's about creating value together. Our collective choices hold immense power to direct capitalism towards fairness and responsibility. It's a reciprocal relationship. If we want a more compassionate capitalism, we must first embody compassion ourselves. And people seem to recognize that. According to the 2025 Edelman Trust Barometer, 80% of people say they trust brands they use, compared to just 52% who trust the government. That gap says something. Trust tends to follow outcomes, not promises. When business delivers, when it meets real needs and earns loyalty, it builds credibility in a way institutions often struggle to match. But trust isn't just built on performance, it's also built on perception. And perception is shaped by something deeper. Whether we believe an institution cares about us and whether we care about it in return. Robert Greenleaf captures this beautifully in his seminal book about servant leadership, where he says, I quote, The core of the problem is not in business institutions, rather in the attitudes, concepts, and expectations regarding businesses held by the rest of society. People do not love business institutions. As a consequence, many inside business don't love them either. Businesses, despite their crassness, occasional corruption, and unloveliness, must be loved if they are to serve us better. End of quote. To me, that's a lesson worth applying to anything we hope to change. Hate is a terrible enabler of transformation. This is as true for capitalism as it is for government or any institution we critique. If we want better outcomes from capitalism, we have to love the game and believe in its potential. It's time to invest in what matters. Companies that live our values, leaders who think beyond the next quarter, and organizations guided by purpose over profit. You don't transform a game by walking away from it. You change it by playing with heart, even when you're behind. This is Capitalism 3.0. Over the course of this series, we've explored how capitalism renews itself through creative destruction, why decentralization matters, how regulation must evolve, and why the next generation's trust hangs in the balance. What it needs now is not nostalgia or rejection, but a meaningful upgrade, a version built for this new world, one that rewards long-term thinking, embraces decentralization, and operates within a governance framework fit for the digital age. If we want the next generation to believe in capitalism, we have to show them it believes in them. That means building a system that doesn't just work in theory, but actually works in their lives. Capitalism 3.0 invites us to act, to invest wisely, vote thoughtfully, and live purposefully. It's the best system we have to solve the challenges of our time and build prosperity for those who come after us. Because its greatest strength, adaptability. Capitalism is not a static ideology. It's a living system capable of renewal if we choose to shape it thoughtfully. Purpose bigger than product. That's why I have dedicated so much of my career to the idea of purpose bigger than product. Building companies with a long-term mission isn't just more fulfilling. It works. It builds culture. And in today's world, culture matters more than ever. It eats strategy for lunch. I'm so proud to now build businesses born this way alongside my son Theodore through our family office Andas, which is committed to inspiring human progress. As we like to say, we invest in missions with businesses, not businesses with missions. One of the main reasons for why I'm writing this newsletter is that I believe more in our ability to take action to solve the problems we are concerned with, rather than waiting for someone else to do it. I call that athletic posture. Others call it agency, but they're all the same. Nike might just call it just do it. The point is that if we all changed our purchasing behaviors to better reflect our values, the world would change in a more positive direction. And yes, this is a shameless plug. You can start right now. Please order products from some or all the brands we are passionately trying to grow. It would mean a lot. And please share them with your friends. Here are just some. Ask your grocery store or corporate cafeteria to install a Piccadilly salad bar. More affordable, healthier food is good for everyone. Or why not treat yourself to a mini luxury with clean nail and waxing self-care at Minilux? Or if you want better, less guilty indulgence, order some Unreal snacks. Or if you want to sleep better and repair your cellular fragility and improve your immune system, start taking Fatty 15 or check out Big Bold Health. If you want to have super clean cleaning products in your home or office with no toxicity, order some Koala Eco products. Or perhaps start a new non-toxic beauty routine with True Botanicals. Or make sure the beautiful babies in your life aren't literally wrapped in toxins by using diapers from Healthy Baby. Or if you want to eat better, order from Sakara, Mixed, or eat at True Food Kitchens. Or for the Swedish friends here, if you want to make change towards a healthier lifestyle, join iTrim. And if you want more ideas, please check our entire portfolio at our website, which I link to in the article. The great anthropologist Margaret Mead often reminded us that never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed people can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Capitalism has always been a mirror. What it reflects depends on what we put in it. Thank you for staying with me through this journey. I look forward to seeing how we evolve together. Next up, something less nerdy and certainly less rational, and probably even more important. My favorite topic, and hopefully yours too, love. I love you. I thank you for your patience. See you out there.